San Clemente, California is the third and final destination for Major League Pickleball Season 1. We have been spoiled for the last 3 days with a loaded field of talent, all 12 challenger teams vying for one goal and one prize to lift the MLP San Clemente Trophy, and only 2 teams remain as we've reached the championship Saturday for the Challenger League. We are moments away from first serve between the Dallas Pickleball Club and the Chicago Slice. Thrilled to have you with us this afternoon. Michelle McMahon, Cameron Irwin, and Adam Stone in the booth with you. Cameron Blackwood will be joining us from the sideline. We are going to take an inside look at the coin toss here. This will be determining each team's fate. 4 choices. You could choose serve, end, whether you react to mixed doubles, and which gender doubles team you put out first. That is Susanna Barr to the left of your screen. Brandon French, the captain for the Dallas Pickleball Club, he is out. He is injured with a wrist injury, and in comes Ben Newell, who was dropped by the Atlanta Bouncers. And he's been a huge storyline for them. Just chatted with the general manager of that team. I'll dive into that in just a moment. Ryler DeHart on your screen moments ago. His partner, Connor Garnett. There's a good look at Brandon French, Daniel De La Rosa, and Ben Newell. Big storyline on that team. It's one thing to plan for this knowing you're on a team, but for Ben Newell, he enters this Dallas Pickleball Club as an alternate this weekend, and he has been instrumental. Dave Fleming, the GM of this team, said as soon as they knew he was available, that was the player they were targeting. They knew at least within a week's time frame of him being entered to this tournament to enter their team. So let's get your opening thoughts, Adam and Cameron. Adam, starting with you, what is the thing you're looking out for in this matchup?
So I think that there is a couple players on each team that earlier in their careers were much more power players, didn't have that full all-around game, and I am looking for Daniel De La Rosa and Emily Ackerman to really come up big for their teams in this match. They were an all-in offensive barrage earlier in their careers, and now they are playing some really nice pickleball from the back of the court and the mid-court. Can they step up in this huge moment?
Well, and I actually got a chance to catch up with Emily Ackerman just prior to this matchup, and she talked about wanting to be the aggressor, but then also managing and playing more of a controlled style, trying to slow it down. So it's going to be a unique balance for Emily Ackerman and Susanna Barr as they want to be the aggressor, but also move the ball around the kitchen line and get it on the ground.
Susanna Barr, one of the legends of the game. She's been around the sport for many years, 45 years old, and performing at such a high level. She's got a strong volleyball and tennis background. She's on the right side of your screen. On the left, Krista Gecheva, a player we haven't talked about quite yet for Dallas. Her and Jillian Braverman, you mentioned it, Jill Braverman, another big name for Dallas. That was a huge trade, sending Megan Fudge over to Columbus. Jill Braverman has been a huge impact for this team. Look out for her with that two-handed backhand roll. And on the side of the Slice, it's Susanna Barr and her partner Emily Ackerman, as Cameron just mentioned. As far as the toss went, Dallas won the toss. They chose to react, to which the Slice countered with the side. Clearly wind potentially a factor, maybe the sun as well. Then Dallas chose to put out their women's doubles team first. The Slice then opted to receive. Dallas feels very comfortable with this women's doubles team. We are underway. First serve, Krista Gecheva will get us going here on Championship Court. Pop-up chance for Susanna Barr. She's all over it. How about the Chicago Slice making it to the finals for the first time? A big run for them.
Huge win over the Breakers yesterday. Wow, a nice attack from Krista Gecheva from a low position on that backhand side. Definitely her favorite shot, the two-handed backhand, and it is a very good one.
Wide and gets the tag there. So the Slice take an early 1-point advantage. Emily Ackerman back to serve to Gecheva.
wouldn't be shocked to see the slice. Maybe look to the forehand side of Krista Getcheva. She can get pretty deceptive and has a nice misdirect, but in terms of her dinking, she likes to work more often with that cut.
Getcheva goes right at Emily Ackerman. That is one thing to also look out for. Dave Fleming telling me that's a player that they want to test early. See where she is at. Emily Ackerman, Jill Braverman back to serve.
There's that two-hand backhand drive from Krista Getcheva. It's almost like a guarantee. If that return's coming through the middle, that two-hand backhand's going to come out, and Jill Braverman will be crashing.
Just wide, called by Jill Braverman. This Dallas Pickleball Club, they've made it to 2 straight finals. They're battle-tested. Of course, got beat in Daytona Beach by the defending champs. Susanna Barr steps in, speeds it up, forces the air on Jill Braverman, who wants that one back.
This great deception from Susanna Barr, one of the best manipulators of the pickleball on that forehand side, and you can see Jill Braverman with phenomenal hands, but a little confused from that attack from Susanna Barr. Emphatic out call from Jill Braverman, and you know, like her, love her, she does have some antics, but I tell you this, her personality is a perfect fit for the MLP format.
Well, it's funny, I actually caught up with Jill about managing her personality while playing with Krista Getcheva. She said Krista is very intense and likes to be more stoic on the court, and Jill said, as the leader, you got to make sure that I perform to what my partner needs most.
Oh, I'll believe it when I see it.
So yeah, she says she tempered herself. We'll see if it actually comes true.
A lot of pressure at the kitchen from the Chicago slice. They trail by 3. What do they need to do to get back in?
4-7.
Wow. Point of the match so far. The slice come away with that one.
Yes, and for the slice, I think really in these situations, very generalized here, but go with the player that has less experience, and that's definitely Krista Getcheva. Try to freeze out Jill Braverman a little bit and see how that works. If Getcheva is stepping up, having big counters and consistent with her dinks, then you can start moving the ball around a little bit more. But to touch on what Cameron said, try to find that forehand of Getcheva if you can and see if she can give you a couple freebies or pop-ups.
In the net goes Braverman. It's now a 2-point game, and hot off the press, by the way, if you're looking for the premier level quarterfinal matchups later on, it will be New Jersey taking on the LA Mad Drops in our first quarterfinal matchup. That'll be spicy. Big overhead from Jill Braverman. The second, the ATX Pickleballers against the Florida Smash. We will have those later on this evening, but for now it is all the Challenger level championship Saturday.
9-6.
the defense of Jill Braverman goes to waste. Chicago finds a way to win that one.
I like the trio of dinks right there. Out wide one direction, then to the backhand side of Jill Braverman, and then the miscommunication through the middle.
Emily Ackerman, the two-hander right down the line. She read it all the way through.
Very nice job from Emily Ackerman from kind of her waist position to create an angle and topspin with that two-hander. Very well played.
Answered right back with one better from Skechers. She loves that two-hander. What is it that makes it so effective and tough to defend?
Well, you can see the extension that she has, and she whips through. It's a very smooth stroke, but a very powerful stroke as well.
What a shot. Emily Ackerman finds the angle and with a feathery touch just throws some backhand sauce on it.
Just takes out the knife and cuts this ball down. Beautifully done by Emily Ackerman, pushing them all the way to the baseline and dropping it short.
I tell you what, Jill has some long arms and legs, and they're flailing about often, but she is under more control than you think.
Ooh. Wow, what a point. Jill Braverman comes up with the scorpion and then the backhand finish. Dallas, the first team to 11. What are you liking so far?
Well, did I hear that this was the Challenger League? I mean, these points are ridiculous right now. Some really extended rallies and some incredible defense and blocking off some great offensive shots from both teams. So, I mean, yeah, we're at 11-9. I'm not seeing anything too drastic. These points are clean right now, and I wouldn't change much for either team in this real moment.
Well, and I also think there's something on the line in terms of Jill Braverman. When I spoke to her before this matchup, she had talked about coming back into the world of pickleball. She was going more the entrepreneurial side as she was working for MLP as well as Duper, and she said, I came out of retirement, started playing again, and now she's saying she doesn't want to be at this challenger level. She wants to get to the premier level. She said she knows there's questions out there whether she belongs or not, and she said in this matchup she wants to answer those questions with the period.
Yep.
You have experience at the premier level, Adam, in selecting some of these players. Is Jill Braverman somebody that you would look at the premier level from a drafting standpoint?
Absolutely. She has a very, very dynamic skill set, and she has done a much better job in the last handful of months of becoming that more well-rounded player, like I mentioned many of these players have. And when to get to premier level, you can't just be defensive or offensive. You need the whole package, and man, several of these challenger players have that package.
Down the middle for Susanna Barr, a big response on the end change.
10.
Just back for Jill Braverman, tie game on championship court.
Honestly, Michelle, I'm a little surprised at this point just how much they have moved the ball around the kitchen for DPC. They're really being forced to play the ball on the exterior of the court.
Big put away for Skechers.
Yeah, and I always talk about these ladies with the slight frames. Skechers so pretty thin and skinny, but she creates so much power with her great technique and her great whip through the ball.
Skechers, the fourth round selection for Dallas. She turns 32 in December, resides in Boca Raton, Florida. She was raised in Wimbledon, beginning at age 10, so exposed to racket sports at a very young age. What a point for Jill Braverman, trying to get the crowd on their feet. There's the energy you referenced, Cameron.
Well, and it's always interesting. I actually talked to Connor Garnett about Susanna Barr, and we've been saying how often they're moving the ball around the kitchen. He said that's one of her more underrated skills, her ability to see gaps. And right now they're trying to create more than one.
Yeah, absolutely true. I've played Susanna Barr much more than anyone else on the court, and there's a lot of deception, and she can get you leaning one way very easily and put that ball in another spot.
Ooh, Getcheva wants that one back. There's the forehand you both have been watching out for.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, I played Emily Ackerman her very first tournament. She was playing with Wes Burrows. She didn't know what a dink was. She hit every ball as hard as she could throughout the entire match. Completely different player.
But it's so much more fun to rip it and grip it at him. Oh, there's a beautiful roll from Getcheva there, right down the middle, catches the slice off guard.
Well, it's funny because she actually got into the game of pickleball because of Wes Burrows. She said the very first tournament she ever played was right here in Newport with Wes, and it's still to this day her best finish.
Against me. I thought it was grip it and rip it, not rip it and grip it. Is that true?
You thought it was what?
It's grip it. Is it grip it and rip it or rip it?
No, it should be grip it and rip it.
Yeah, we got you. We got you, Michelle.
What did I say? Rip it and grip it? Well, you can do both at the same time, I suppose. Different nuance, different stroke for different folks, Adam.
Yes, and I can't believe, because I am a very forgetful person, but I remember they also beat Wes Burrows, and Ackerman also beat Irina Tereshchenko and Callan Dawson, and another very quality team as well for their first tournament. So nice finish from them early on.
Here's the challenge of the Chicago Slice. That ball looks out to me, but it's close.
Yeah, I would concur with that statement. So
we have improved camera technology, Adam, since you're a big tech guru. Why don't you explain to us the nuances there? You've been thrilled about this all weekend.
We got 4 extra cameras per court at 120 FPS frames per second, and that is the entirety of my technical savvy right there. That's all I got.
Which pretty much means you can see it clearer on screen.
There you go. You said it. That, yes, layman's terms. Very well done. Yes.
And it's true. It is vastly improved from what we have been exposed to date. Major League Pickleball upping the game in many aspects of it as we continue this challenge.
Yeah, much cleaner look at exactly where the ball bounces with this new camera system. So just like Michelle said, stepping up everywhere, on court, off court, all the things.
Let's talk ownership groups, shall we? How about the notoriety on both sides? Dallas, owned by Mark Cuban, Dirk Nowitzki, John Isner, several others there. The Chicago Slice, Heidi Klum, Tom Ricketts, Chris Everett, Lindsay Davenport, Tracy Austin, several others there. And when it comes to the promotion and relegation system, Major League Pickleball introducing American sports fans to this system that is used in other sports in other countries. What is it about Major League Pickleball that seems to make this a fit in your eyes with the promotion and relegation, 24 teams?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I like the expansion, and they definitely had to do something in 2023, and I think what they came up with was pretty legit to set up 2024. So these things in pickleball are coming together quickly, so MLP has done an awesome job of getting all these big-time tournaments set up.
Steve Kuhn says the sport ages in dog years. That challenge complete. Call stood.
Nice lean in from Susanna Barr, really extending into the kitchen there and catching Jill Braverman in the midcourt.
14-16.
Emily Ackerman catches Jill Braverman down the middle, and it's another 1-point game here in this first women's doubles game. First of a potential 4. had a pop-up chance. Dallas, what defense on their side?
Just incredible to see Dallas work their way all the way up to the kitchen, back to the baseline, back to the kitchen again. A really solid job. I like the cut there from Skechers through the transition zone.
There's the long reach again of Jill Braverman, just rolls it over down the middle. Dallas 3 points away from closing game one. Oh, Getcheva, she rips it the first time, goes to reset it, just catches top of the tape.
Yep, and I gave my very generalized strategy of pick on the player who is a little less experienced, but Emily Ackerman and Kristen Getcheva are up to the task in this women's doubles match.
Wow, a beautiful finishing touch from Getcheva.
It's so wild to see her perform at this level now. Just about a year or so ago, she picked up a pickleball paddle for the first time right here in Newport Beach, California, and all of a sudden, she knows how to play through the transition zone. Yeah! I'll tell you, when she first got out there, she was just ripping the ball time and time. You did not want to be standing in the kitchen on the other side.
Definitely. Wear your eye protection when you're playing Kristen Getcheva.
I was fearful.
Getcheva with a chance to finish it here. Game point for Dallas. Oh, an anticlimactic ending, but Jill Braverman takes the roll off the tape. Dallas taking a 1-0 series lead. What did you see on their side to create such dominance here?
Well, first off, not like that. It's always so sad in that situation there. And Jill played about exactly how I was expected. Kristen Getcheva was the X factor. She maybe had 1-2 unforced errors in that match, and when you pair that low amount of errors with the firepower, you win 21-16, and that's what happened.
You know, it's interesting. When I was talking to Jill Braverman about this team on the weekend, she goes, honestly, it's been some of the grittiest pickleball that we played. We've been winning ugly. And I said, well, what's going to be the difference maker for you guys to have this all come together? And she said, it's this next grouping. The men coming up are going to be so key for them.
And that is exactly what's coming your way here next on Championship Court as the men's doubles teams get set and warmed up. Ben Newell takes the court with Daniel De La Rosa for Dallas, and we check in now with the fourth member of our crew, Cameron Blackwood, standing by with Krista and Jill. Cameron.
Thanks, Mish. You guys won the toss. You opted to react, as most teams have. They then chose side instead of choosing doubles. Is there a side? The wind's swirling here. Is there a better one right now?
Absolutely. Most people would say finishing against the wind. I like finishing with the wind, so yeah, I'm unique.
You played out of your mind.
I did.
She did, yes. Different mentality prep for San Clemente versus Daytona.
Yeah, coming into this, I've been taking care of my mind just as much as my body, and it's really paid off. Going into Daytona, I was definitely feeling better about my game, and I was excited to play with Jill and some new team members, but going into this one, it wasn't about being excited, it was about winning the whole thing. It wasn't about participating, it was about really taking it home. So completely different mindset coming into this one. Like, I'm here to win.
And how important is this first win in order to get this championship today?
I think we all know how important momentum is in this sport, and Krista just brought it. Let's go! Let's go, Dallas!
Dallas up 1-0. We're going to come right back with men's doubles. Don't go anywhere.
the all-new Prius. Toyota, let's go places.
What are you guys doing?
Getting our duper tattoos.
Oh, cool.
Hey Cameron, how's it going?
Almost done.
Perfect. Can't wait to see your number.
Number?
Duper, because ratings shouldn't be a surprise. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
I haven't even started yet.
Oh. I just didn't want to look like everybody else. It just didn't suit who I was. It didn't fit my persona. It didn't fit my image. I rep the stuff because I love it. I rep because it's quality, and I like the fact that I look a little fly. It's been huge because it identifies me. I feel like I stand out. People reference me to the shirts all the time. They know me as the guy who wears the flashy shirts, and I'm cool with that.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Welcome back to Championship Court. You are watching the Challenger League Finals for MLP San Clemente, presented by Margaritaville. The Lifetime Athletic Country Club has been host to us all weekend. Gorgeous facilities. Thrilled to have you with us. Michelle McMahon, Adam Stone, Cameron Irwin in the booth, Cameron Blackwood on the sideline. We are underway for this men's doubles match. Long for De La Rosa there. The slice on the board first.
And I'm going to say it real fast. Ryler DeHart is the gentleman in the bucket hat, just in case you did not know.
One of my favorite analysis points by you, Adam. He's rocking it all weekend.
Yeah, the man, he owns it, and I love it.
It's the only one not getting a sunburn out here today.
Married to Megan Fudge, another pro player on tour. They travel around with their 2 kiddos in an RV, and that hat comes everywhere they go, apparently.
2-1.
Big swinging backhand for Connor Garnett. He loves that swinging backhand.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. You have 2 forehands in the middle on the side of DeHart and Garnett. There is definitely some responsibilities taken from these two.
Ooh, DeHart goes into the net. Dallas within 1. Ben Newell, the storyline here. You had a chance to chat with this team. He was picked up after Brandon French got injured. He's been instrumental. We'll get to that after this point.
Yeah, Jill Braverman calling him probably one of the fastest players that you will see on the court. And it's going to be a fun matchup with these two teams just because they love the drive, the crash. All 4 of these athletes will look to do the shake and bake. Ryler DeHart is going to be the one with the heavy drive on the side of Garnett and DeHart.
Big point for Dallas. They're within 1.
3-4.
Into the net for DeHart once more. Tie game for Dallas.
That's right, and you can see with that racquetball background from Daniel De La Rosa, that drive going about ½ an inch over the net, forcing Ryler DeHart into a very tough volley.
De La Rosa, you mentioned those hands, the #1 racquetball player in the world, and he's a player to look out for.
Just pure chaos. I love it. I love it. And I expect Dallas Pickleball Club to continue to bring that chaos in this men's doubles match.
Down the line for Ben Newell, the lefty flying in, finding the sideline.
If Dallas were to pick this up, this is a big one for them, as the men have had a little bit of a harder time here in San Clemente in terms of picking up game points.
And if you're wanting to check out Pickleball on SportsCenter, go ahead and look up Daniel De La Rosa and his behind the back reaction. He made SportsCenter top 10 plays. Commentators were, Cameron was on the call there, but at ESPN they even threw out the dink terminology, so the sport is on the map.
The dink on SportsCenter.
He's
all
like,
right.
I see the shot sheets, I'm gonna say it, dink. Wide that time for Newell. Chicago back on top by 1.
Seven, 6.
Down the line finish for De La Rosa.
And Adam, I'm curious here because we've seen so much of that third shot drive and crash. Does it change in terms of having 2 forehands in the middle on both sides in terms of the location? Oftentimes you're looking for the middle.
Yes, definitely. It changes. You're not going to have, yes, it does. It does change the spot with the 2 forehands in the middle, as that is often a return target. So going out wide a little bit more to the 2 backhand sides can be a good option, especially when the drives are so good from your opponent. So when you have that athleticism at your disposal on the crash, you got to try your best to get it to the backhand side because really, it just makes it so tough with the athleticism on court.
8.
Oh. Uh-oh.
In the bucket hat.
There was only one place.
He did like a barrel roll, too. I thought he was going to barrel roll out of the way. That was pretty incredible with the full Superman from Ryler DeHart.
Well, he had a wider radius with the bucket hat.
He did.
Easier target to find in the kitchen.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, it protects you from the sun, but there's always a little downside with the bucket hat as well. So that was the slowest peg you will see today. That is for sure.
It's like he was slowly melting. I can't get over it. That was hilarious. Ooh. Oh!
He just dropped his paddle instantly. Yeah, disgusted with himself. But I'll tell you what, Ben Newell has handled that 2-handed backhand speed up from Connor Garnett very well at the beginning part of this match. And I've played Connor Garnett one time, and that man lit me up with the 2-hander. So it is a very good speed up from him. Kudos to Ben Newell for being on those counterattacks.
Tie game. This one is tight, as we would expect. Dallas tested in the finals. They've been here before one other time. The Slice have not ever made the finals, and so far, so good here in the men's doubles matchup. Chicago, the first team to 11. We will have an end change as far as things we should be looking out for. Adam, your area of expertise. What are you seeing so far in this one?
Well, first off, we will say the Slice, they beat the Bay Area Breakers yesterday, the team that is not a big fan of losing. So that was an awesome job by them. And yes, right now, I think that the Slice are definitely in a good situation, and I would look for Connor Garnett to continue to be aggressive, and that is really what's going to take them over the hump for me. So Ryler DeHart does have that offensive ability as well, but I expect him to be a little more steady with the dinks, continue to get into that cross-court pattern once all 4 players get to the kitchen with Ben Newell, and hopefully Connor Garnett can step over a time or two and impose his will.
And it's interesting, too, because these 2 teams have yet to face off against one another through Major League Pickleball in 2023, and they actually ended up doing a practice match on Wednesday because they knew they were in different groups, so they have only really played each other once before, and it was earlier this week. Didn't really mean much, but at least they have a small scouting report.
No, definitely. There's a lot of people who don't care who they practice with before the tournament, and there is a lot of players that do not want to show any of their tricks to their opponents.
In the net for Ben Newell, the slice, taking a 2-point lead. Whoa! Oh, what a point.
Oh my goodness, the hand speed is ridiculous out there right now.
I mean, Ben Newell cut one down. I thought it was going to neutralize it, but then ultimately still finds that in the next firefight.
Down the middle for Daniel De La Rosa.
And it's such a good job by Daniel De La Rosa. Ben Newell stepped around his backhand to hit a forehand, so Daniel De La Rosa is there to cover the middle. He gets back to his sideline for that counterattack.
Then he finds the sideline, working both sides of the court. This man cannot be stopped. We have a 1-point game.
That's a tough ball for Connor Garnett as he's coming across the left side. It ends up on his backhand side. That's not the position you want as you're poaching across.
I mean, guys, Daniel De La Rosa didn't get drafted for the first event. Absolutely insane. He is making everyone who looked past him pay the price, because his game is on fire these last 2 events.
He was picked up in the shuffle draft in March. The 3rd overall selection. That's a great point by you, Adam. He, in my opinion, is somebody that could easily be in the premier level as well.
14-13.
Oh, De La Rosa asking Newell to cover his wing.
I tell you what, when Ben Newell is scrambling, you have no idea what he's going to do. He will throw up lobs, he will backhand drive, forehand drive. He'll do probably everything except for the standard play and make a drop. So watch out. Yeah, and I think that really Daniel De La Rosa has kind of committed himself to being a real pickleball player. It was his 2nd gig. It is his 2nd gig right now. So it's really nice to see him really becoming a well-rounded player. It's just instead of a racquetball player that was playing pickleball.
I mean, the hand speed is second to none. You see everything that comes his way. He's like a second or more faster than everybody else because of that racquetball background. Makes the behind the backs look easy too. He won 7 international racquetball tour titles.
You're a little closer to your opponent in pickleball, but those racquetballs, they're moving triple digits easy, and so he is very good at tracking a ball, and the hand speed, as we mentioned, is already there, so definitely a skill set that is hard to match.
Oh, into the net for DeHart. Dallas up by 2.
And that's a tough spot at this point, especially as he's starting to back off the kitchen line, looking straight up into the sun. That's going to be hard, not only to make contact, but to put that into a position that's not going to hurt him.
The crowd gasping at that miss.
He was 2 there. I don't know how that's possible off a really good drop shot, but Connor Garnett was 2 there.
He was 3 feet behind the baseline and still made it.
And a beautiful sliding finish.
incredible hands from Connor Garnett in the last 2 points. Both players on Dallas Pickleball Club had a great look at a drive and poach, and Connor Garnett neutralizes the offense.
Wow, Ben Newell so casually finishing that point.
Go ahead, Cam.
I was just going to say, it's sliding in from that right side, his offside. It's incredible to see him protect both sides of his body through the middle in that I formation.
Ben Newell out of Kansas City, Missouri, 34 years old. So he finishes you on the forehand, gets you on the backhand, and then De La Rosa there to clean it up.
And I'm not gonna lie, I really liked the pattern for the slice of Ryler to Hart cross court with Ben Newell, but Ben Newell is making me look foolish because he is handling everything, not just the power, the consistency with the dinking paired with that, and that's why they have a 2016 lead and a game point.
Game point saved by the slice for now on the error of Newell. 3 points away. What's the mentality on the serve?
Go for it.
17-20.
Nothing changes.
De La Rosa gets style points and the serve back on their side. They're on the freeze.
I love the shift there from DPC. Every time Connor Garnett went to that two-hand backhand off the bounce, you saw Ben Newell immediately move to the sideline and have Daniel De La Rosa step over to protect middle.
That comfort is just so important. When you have the trust of your partner, man, it just eases your mind, and it's so important.
Game point for Dallas. All right, serve returns to Chicago. They get a point as well and are now frozen on 18. Traditional scoring, both sides. You can only score on your serve from here on out. Wow, what a defensive play and clutch for De Hart.
Well, we know no one can hit harder than De La Rosa, but that thing came back nicely, and you could almost see it on Ben Newell's face. He was like, oh my gosh, it's coming back to me, and he was not prepared like he needed to be.
Into the net.
Redemption.
Dallas with a third game point and a chance to go up 2-0 on Chicago. And a rip down the middle and a kiss off the tape. Dallas takes the men's doubles match and goes up 2-0 on Chicago.
It's just so sad that those two incredible gender matches came down to the let cord on both of them on the last point. But either way, this is you cannot distinguish this from premier level play at this point. The quality of the points and the hand speed is really good stuff.
I mean, it's so wild to see Dallas Pickleball Club go up 2-0 again. These two teams have not faced off against one another, and they said, we're playing halfway good, halfway bad at times. It's all coming together at the right time, and those men picking up a 2-0 lead is a massive momentum shift. And talking to Jill Braverman, she said, hey, we played 2 Dream Breakers. We do not plan on playing another.
Save your legs while you can, although now or never, might as well put it all out there. How did Daniel De La Rosa and Ben Newell get the win in this one? As we check in now with Cameron Blackwood to find out.
Thanks, Misha. Just talking to Ben, he said fire. I think all of us would love to see another match with all 4 hands in the middle. That was epic by you guys. But how did that change the strategy when there is 2 lefties on the court?
Oh, you know, me and Dee, we just want to play our game, and we don't dink like the premier level. We just hit as hard as we can. Sometimes it works out, so one of those matches.
And going in that, now you guys are up 2-0, heading into mixed. How do you stay mentally focused to make sure you get this next point?
Well, the job is not done yet, so we have a couple more games, so we're gonna stay focused, and then we'll see what comes next.
Do you think you hit the hardest overhead in pickleball?
Maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
I think you do. We're heading into the mix right after this. Dallas up 2-0.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
The all-new Prius. Toyota. Let's go places.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No change could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
I just didn't want to look like everybody else. It just didn't suit who I was. It didn't fit my persona. It didn't fit my image. I rep the stuff because I love it. I rep because it's quality, and I like the fact that I look a little fly. It's been huge because it identifies me. I feel like I stand out. People reference me to the shirts all the time. They know me as the guy who wears the flashy shirts, and I'm cool with that.
Welcome back to Championship Court and beautiful San Clemente, California. We are just miles from the beautiful Pacific Ocean as we progress on to the mixed doubles round in this matchup between the Chicago Slice and Dallas Pickleball Club. Dallas taking a 2-0 lead, winning both men's and women's doubles. Dallas also won the coin toss at the beginning. If you remember, they chose to react, which means that the Chicago Slice will have to put their mixed doubles team out first. They did. They chose Susanna Barr and Connor Garnett. Dallas had a chance to respond with Krista Gecheva and Daniel De La Rosa. That was the pairing that they wanted to seal the deal with. What do you think about this matchup?
Well, I think it makes sense because you have Jill loves to play the left, so she's going to be playing the left with the lefty Ben Newell. So it's 2 right side matches for Gecheva and 2 left side matches for Jill Braverman. They can get really locked in on their side.
Big forehand from De La Rosa. We've seen that a time or two.
And to double down on your thought there, Jill Braverman said if they do go up 2-0, which in fact they did, Krista and Daniel were going to be the first out as Jill Braverman wanted to be the anchor at the end.
Yeah, she is made for pressure, that's for sure.
I mean, Gecheva destroys a two-handed backhand counter and then casually lets the next ball go out. I mean, she really is firing on all cylinders right now. If she doesn't cool off, going to be trouble for the Slice. In again, my goodness, Krista Gecheva, have a day.
And a little background too, there is a long-standing friendship between Krista Gecheva and Connor Garnett, as Connor Garnett got into the game because of Krista. So you can guarantee they're going to enjoy this one going head-to-head.
Yeah, that's right. And let's see if Susanna Barr, one of the best setter-uppers for her partner in mixed doubles with her drops and her dinks, can she set up Connor Garnett enough?
That time she finished it.
No setup. No,
she set herself up.
No. I'll do it all myself, she says. And she did it very well on that point.
Dallas off to a 2-point lead. They could finish the match here in 3.
All right, guys, I'm going to say something. It might carry over a point, but I want to talk about the Krista Gecheva interview. All of these players are so tight in their physical tools and their physical ability, and her thought that she is here to win, not happy to be there, was a really nice statement to hear. And I have heard a lot of players in interviews lately make statements like that. No one's happy to be here. This is a profession. This is a sport. They are mentally tough, and they are here to play. Great to see.
Tough backhand miss for De La Rosa, and these pressure-filled moments, it might not look it because they're performing so well, but it is a lot of pressure on the line here, playing in front of this big crowd. Team relying on you.
Well, and Krista Gecheva has gone fully into pickleball, too. She has been a private tennis coach for years, traveling around the world, and just recently she has freed herself up to pursue this dream. I liked it. She said, "I'm not here to participate, I'm here to win."
And I remember that feeling early in my career. Happy to be there. You make it to a semis. You're playing someone you saw on YouTube. Hey, it's you know, seriously, it's happy to be there. And then, you know, 2 or 3 tournaments later, it's not so happy to be there. I want to play. I want to win. And it's a great mindset to have.
Right now, it's all DPC. Daniel De La Rosa and Gecheva up 5. 2 away from an end change.
Heat check from Daniel De La Rosa, you know, right about knee level, going for the big forehand slapper, and you really can't blame him too much because he's been on fire with those forehands throughout this match.
Down the line for Gecheva. She loves that one. Jill Braverman going nuts on the sideline.
Yeah, that's one of Krista's best shots right there, being able to take that out of the air, turn that wrist, and misdirect that back up the line.
Just barely missed. Chicago still in it, down 4.
Yeah, such an important shot on the 2 points ago that Cam talked about with the Gecheva forehand. Just keep Connor Garnett out of the middle. You don't want him hanging out there. He's got too much game.
What a shot, Susanna Barr. She heard your comment as the setter-upper.
Yeah, that's right. So
she says no thanks,
so
Adam Stone.
so she has 0 setups and several powerful forehand winners. Thank you, Susanna Barr, for making me look bad.
Just proving her versatility. That's all. Oh, wow, that was a beautiful shot from Gecheva. Daniel De La Rosa was able to clean it up. What a beauty down the line.
And you look at this pairing of Barr and Garnett, and you're wondering, my goodness, where do you send the return? Do you want to deal with the Connor Garnett drive or the Susanna Barr drop? One of the best drops in the game.
Yes, I would pick to return to Connor Garnett in that situation because of the ability of Susanna Barr. And Connor Garnett, not only the setups of Susanna Barr, it's the Connor Garnett athleticism as a poacher is one of the absolute best in the challenger division. So it is a pick your poison situation, but I would look to return a little more to Connor Garnett and just keep him out of there.
Well, and there's something to be said too about Connor Garnett. We talked about Jill Braverman wanting to get to that premier level. Connor Garnett has picked up what, how many finals now in the PPA Tour, and all of a sudden he's somebody that you constantly are looking at to maybe be somebody to hop into that premier level.
Yeah, he got a medal here last weekend. Left playing in Southern California, took silver to Tyson McGuffin. Sorry, Adam.
Oh, no. A few times now from Daniel De La Rosa with some questionable shot selections, I like the movement there. It was really just a perfect shot by the slice to neutralize that offensive court positioning from Daniel De La Rosa.
Wow, De La Rosa steps in, but how about the firepower of Krista Gecheva moments before that put away?
Yeah, definitely. Very much impressing me right now, Krista Gecheva.
You can see the tennis background too, finding that drop volley.
Yeah, the technique and the strokes are very, very clean from Skechers.
Chicago, they're within 3. This one's not over yet. Into the net for Skechers.
Probably the first real tight shot we've seen from her in this match.
I think some of the indecision there at the kitchen line is where you might be able to find a little bit of space. Can you force her to have to think volley or take it off the bounce?
So 2 in a row. Do they target her again here, I'm assuming?
Force your opponents into a decision. Exactly right.
Barr was aiming to drop it in front of Skechers, just couldn't get there. Dallas maintains a 2-point lead.
And again, that's the indecision I'm talking about. You could clearly tell Susanna Barr put more air under those 4 dinks to the forehand side of Skechers, forcing her to have to decide whether she wants to volley or not.
She made a mistake on the last one, but she popped 2 up before that as well. Got to keep going to that spot. You have to if you're the slice.
Tie game. Chicago in a must-win situation here. Wide for Susanna Barr. What a comeback, though, from Chicago.
Well, and there's going to be pressure applied to Susanna Barr in terms of her location, right? They know what the scouting report is. They know where they want to target. Now, how small does that window become?
Got it that time. Connor Garnett ties it up 14 apiece. And here comes Chicago, now taking their first lead of this mixed doubles game. Skechers looking to the sideline. Wonder when they would maybe call a timeout here to regroup. Tough one to miss for Susanna Barr, tied up once again. 15 apiece.
There's got to be almost a seize your moment type of mentality shift here for the Dallas Pickleball Club.
Ooh, into the net for De La Rosa. The Chicago Slice back on top by 1.
Couple nice spots, one with power this last point and 2 points ago. A slow ball back behind Daniel De La Rosa. Nice spot picking from the Chicago Slice.
De La Rosa, the big Ernie there, tied up.
And you could see how active Daniel De La Rosa was at the kitchen line to come over to try and alleviate some of the pressure on Skechers. That's going to create space, which is why Susanna Barr went to that backside. Again, just trying to play 1 point ahead, or 1 play ahead, and Daniel De La Rosa found the Ernie.
Yeah, that's right, Cam, and he set himself up. He hit that dink out wide to Susanna Barr and instantly sprint to the corner for the Ernie. Very nice combination.
Susanna Barr goes toe-to-toe against De La Rosa.
Susanna liked that one. She was very proud of herself.
The
there.
ultimate finisher.
I mean, you saw her face. That was a big come on from her. She needed that one.
Susanna Barr is locked in and 3 points away from keeping her team alive in this one.
I love it, sliding in saying, that's my forehand, Connor.
De La Rosa, nobody's getting that ball back. It's a huge, heavy forehand.
Not sure if that first overhead might have sailed out. No way Connor Garnett can get his body out of the way, though.
17, 18.
Serve was called out.
Or we challenge the serve, either way. We challenge this then.
Riley DeHart saying it was not a good serve either way.
Oh, yeah, no, Connor's saying it was in.
Oh.
Because Connor returned. Susanna made the call, which it is her call, because Connor's looking straight down on that ball.
That's the toughest line to call, is the ball right at your feet, the one you're trying to hit.
And we actually saw this.
So Chicago Slice, they're going to challenge their own call. Let's have another look. Yeah, that's it.
That's
definitely it.
Yeah, that's it. And we saw this last night in a Mad Drops match where Julian Arnold called it out at the same time that Thomas Wilson called it in. And if both players don't make the same call and one calls it in, the in call stands. So interesting situation there. And as we can see on the replay, definitely right on the inside of the line.
Wow, and you can even track that now, watching the camera motion. That's cool.
Yeah.
All the way from the serve.
That's that 120 FPS technology, Adam. There it is.
And how about the technique, the torque right there? Sorry, I know that's not what we're looking at, but it's really cool to see. That's how this guy is generating that much pace.
It's important for players at home.
So
you're generating pace and power from your core and your hip rotation, and you can see it right there from Daniel De La Rosa. Great technique.
Cameron Blackwood telling us that the Slice were challenging the legality of Daniel De La Rosa's serve.
Oh,
so that changes things.
Because you can't challenge your own call anymore. That was a previous option at MLPs. Now you can't just call it out and then challenge your own call anymore. So that is a very interesting to see that they're challenging the serve.
So.
Hey, make sure Jim explains that thoroughly.
Let's listen in for some clarity here. Are you seeing anything illegal on this serve, Adam?
Let me take a look.
It
looks okay to me. It looks okay to me on that particular. Oh. Yeah, it looks okay to me. I don't think.
All right. All elements of the serve are legal. Dallas has all 3 of their timeouts and challenges remaining. Chicago has 1. Might as well use them at this point. Tie game. Into the net for Getcheva.
Little indecision there and going over the high part of the net, and that spot to the male player, Dicey.
And with her forehand, not the backhand.
Ooh, Susanna Barr just barely catches a ball that's sailing.
Yeah, that's a tough break because the ball didn't hit her. She almost went at it a little bit there. So hard in that moment to pull your paddle back, but man.
The veteran Susanna Barr gets her team in closing distance here. 2019 Chicago, game point on their side.
Some great forehand lean-ins from Susanna Barr late in this match.
Into the net for Getcheva. Chicago still very much alive. Wow, they pull within 1 with a chance to tie the series in this next mixed doubles matchup. What did you see?
I mean, that's just astonishing right there from Susanna Barr and Connor Garnett. They started so slow. They finally found a little bit of momentum and energy, creating the gaps like Connor Garnett mentioned from Susanna Barr on that forehand side, and created so much pace and momentum through the middle of that game.
Jill Braverman said she wanted to be the closer for her team, and so she gets her wish. We are going to a 4th mixed doubles game as we check in now with Cameron Blackwood with the winners.
Thanks, Susanna. A must win for you guys stepping on the court. Veteran of everyone on the court here, but also captain on your team. What are you telling Connor to make sure you guys get this match and keep the slice in it?
Yeah, we knew we just had to get to the kitchen. We had to slow it down. Obviously, they can hit it really hard. And we can hit it hard too, but it was in our best interest to try to slow it down.
You're playing for most of the time, but you made those adjustments there at the end. What were those?
Yeah, I mean, Susanna said it all, slowing it down, getting up to the kitchen, trusting our game, get it gritty. That was the word of yesterday. We're going to carry it over to today, keep it gritty, and we're here to stay. A lot more pickleball to play.
Slice 1-2. We're heading into our next mixed doubles right after this. Don't go anywhere.
At From With Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from With Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
The all-new Prius. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to this challenger level finals. We got a dancing pickle in the crowd. What else do you want here in beautiful Southern California? Dallas leading the way up 2-1 on the Chicago slice. What a performance from Susanna Barr on her side to earn her team an extra chance to tie it here. Ryler DeHart and Emily Ackerman take the stage now for Chicago, as do Jill Braverman and Ben Newell. You mentioned that lefty dynamic with Newell on the right, Jillian Braverman on the left. What else are we looking out for in this one?
I think the main player of the four in this matchup is Ben Newell for me. He had the hands of gold in the men's doubles match. Can he keep that offensive barrage and the hand speed going, or some of the inconsistencies on the soft stuff in the decision making could possibly creep into his game? We will have to see. He is my pick to click for the Dallas Pickleball Club.
Well, and Jill said she loves playing next to him. She said it was an exciting moment when she found out Ben was going to be the addition here for Dallas. It also is going to be intriguing. She loves to play that left side. She's got that great two-hand backhand roll, and you can expect there's going to be plenty of energy and fire on their side.
So how do you balance that, Adam, when you have a lefty guy in mixed doubles playing the right? How much court does he take? How do you communicate more effectively with both forehands in the middle? What's that dynamic like?
It's definitely different because when the female's backhand is there in the middle for the guy, it really is more of a free reign situation.
Right.
So here, the guy must be aggressive in the middle, but they also need to understand that the ladies' forehands are pretty dang good too, so you don't want to overextend too frequently. It's a delicate balance, as I always say, and it's almost never perfect. You just got to get as close to perfect as possible.
Just wide for Braverman. Chicago on the board first. Ben Newell, the on-site alternate we talked about. He's in for Brandon French. Dave Fleming felt that was not the right choice for him to get dropped, but they were happy he was available. DeHart was there.
Yeah, I don't hate it from Emily Ackerman there. Ryler DeHart a half step late, stepping to his left with the lefty forehand, but I think the speed up from Ackerman fooled Ben Newell just enough.
Ben Newell with a miss into the tape.
Emily Ackerman working that left side too. Watch for her to use that one-hand backhand slice. It's one of her most comfortable shots, according to her. She also said she's really been working on her decision-making, her patience at the kitchen.
Big pressure from Dallas.
Well, and you saw the slice right there. That's what got her in the front part of that point, and then all of a sudden she goes to the two-hand backhand roll and just creates enough air for Dallas to attack.
From not being knowing what a dink was to having a variety of dinks, look at Emily Ackerman.
In such a short amount of time, too.
And this last point right there, that is a testament to the incredible foot speed of Ben Newell. He made a jab step to the middle, forcing Ackerman to think she had a window up the line and created the air. Very nice job by Ben Newell using his foot speed.
Emily Ackerman, a California native. She played Division I tennis at Cal Poly. Graduated 2022, not too long ago. She's a young and up-and-comer, just 23 years old. Keep an eye on her. There's a big two-handed backhand shining through for Emily Ackerman.
And she's got a whole contingent of people here cheering her on. She said her sister's also in the crowd. Parents are in tow.
I saw some big heads, some big
Yeah,
Emily
she
Ackerman
said that's
heads.
their crew.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Full squad out today. Jill Braverman cleaning up what Ben Newell started. Two forehands in the middle looks dangerous for this team. Ben Newell all over that. Emily Ackerman knew she didn't want to put it a dangling ball for him.
Yeah, and that's tough too. That fourth ball, a lot of times you'll see athletes kind of half volley that, short hop that. She instead took it high off the bounce, tries to get aggressive with the two-hand backhand.
Well, my pick to click is definitely playing a hot game these last couple minutes, and he has an 8-4 lead for the Dallas Pickleball Club. Great poaching, great forehand power from Ben Newell.
What defense from Braverman. She thought she had it.
Yeah, and a better fourth, that coming off the paddle of Ryler DeHart right here. Got them a little bit more solidified up at the kitchen.
Go!
Ryler DeHart from defense to offense.
That's right, and both fellas a little different way to get there, meaning Ben Newell has the more of the foot speed than Ryler DeHart, but he has a little more length as well, and he has some great anticipation as a veteran of racket sport play.
Emily Ackerman getting a little frustrated there in the transition zone. I like the approach shot, though, from Ryler DeHart. the right amount of pace to get up there.
9-6.
Oop.
Go. You.
Jill Braverman goes wide.
I like the idea, though, trying to keep Ryler DeHart a little bit more honest to that sideline, looking for the speed up.
Yeah, wrong ball, right idea. Definitely, I agree with that.
Ackerman, the second-round pick for her team on the serve. Ooh, a couple times for DeHart into the net.
Yeah, a little low position there, and the thing is, he is going for the body blow on Jill Braverman there, so I think it's a reasonable idea, but just like Jill in the previous point, right idea, wrong ball.
That thing skidded across the height of the net. That is a heck of a drive from Ben Newell.
Ben Newell and the Dallas Pickleball Club, the first team to 11, so we will switch ends. What is Dallas doing to create this wide of a gap right now, Adam?
Yeah, they're doing a really, really solid job as Jill Braverman has probably seen less balls, or it's about even 50-50 in the ball distribution, but she's been solid besides for that one attack up the line, and Ben Newell has really been a presence in the middle with the forehand. So that's the recipe for them, and for the slice, just have to make a few more balls, get a little more settled, get Emily Ackerman to use that slice dink like Cam mentioned, and possibly set her partner up, Ryler DeHart.
Yeah, look for Chicago to maybe solidify their transition play a bit more here in the later stages of this. They've had some difficulty getting up there and getting into some points up at the kitchen line.
Tough bounce off the tape, not the way you want to come into this end change.
Yes, and I've seen several teams, Premier and Challenger, have a little trouble getting to the kitchen line. The breeze here is not overwhelming, but it's not very consistent. It kind of changes and swirls a little bit, throwing off these players' contact points, and very tough to get all four players at the kitchen in these conditions.
Oh, Ben Newell with a huge forehand. Ackerman getting frustrated on her side. What can she do?
Yeah, and I think there was a bit of an adjustment there from Ackerman. So instead of letting that ball come up off the bounce, she is looking to kind of half volley that when she goes with two hands, looking for more of a quick touch to steal away some time, but still the pop up on the two-hand backhand side.
Yeah, tough break for DeHart. Nice position. I like him taking that ball over to his left. Just have to hit it a little cleaner.
14-7.
Handcuffing Ackerman again was Ben Newell, who's saying sorry.
He's just so there in the middle. Whether it's a seeing what shot comes and then moving, or taking his shot to anticipate and just be there given the situation and the patterns of the point. Just a really nice presence from him, and I would say right now that is the difference in the match, is that Ben Newell has been able to command the middle better than Ryler DeHart of the Chicago Slice.
Good news for Chicago. If they do drop this one, they will be back in action Monday night for the season super final. It'll be a rematch of the semifinal match we saw yesterday between them and the Bay Area Breakers, the two-time defending champs, the team to beat in the challenger level. And for Dallas, this would be instrumental in terms of event points to get their team in the best possible position to land in the premier level come 2024.
Time in, 15-7.
Again, Ben Newell, he doesn't even have to touch the ball to affect the point. Really nice job of a court positioning and presence, forcing that ball wide to keep it out of his strike zone. Ben Newell playing big.
Oh, off the foot of Jill Braverman.
Well, and on that thought about Ben Newell too, he stretches you in terms of that motion. Not only does your focus start to drift, but it also forces you to have to be that much more accurate in your shot selection. It's a little bit of a benefit risk analysis for Ben though.
Emily Ackerman, she comes away with one, looking for any ounce of momentum on their side. A desperate team right now.
Yeah, trying to move the ball around a little bit more instead of just grinding cross court with Jill Braverman. You can see the slice mixing up their spots more. I like the adjustment.
Ooh, a flying Ben Newell on the Ernie.
Emily Ackerman still got a paddle on that somehow. I have no idea.
He didn't. It's almost like he skipped over the corner of the kitchen there. Very nice job. Good hops on Ben Newell.
And I like that return. Slowing it down, not giving Ben Newell some pace to play with.
I absolutely hate it when people do that to me. I need a little help to create pace, and when I have to do it all myself, not a big fan.
Emily Ackerman picking up the pace, the response to match.
Yeah, great decision making right there from Emily Ackerman. She sees Ben Newell. I talked about the benefit risk analysis, right? That's what I mean from the amount of motion you see from Ben. He has to pick and choose his spots wisely so he can still be steady in his play.
Oh, just barely missed. Ryler DeHart wanted a break on that one.
Yeah, I still like what's going on here from the slice. Let's be clear. Sometimes when you are targeting a player's partner who is playing very well, they have free reign to kind of hang out in the middle. When you play more to them, it's actually more difficult for them to really step over and pick balls off that are going to their partner. So the mix-up of mixing the balls around at the kitchen, putting some more balls to Ben Newell is a good option for the slice.
Ben Newell has been picking on Emily Ackerman. She doesn't like it. Understandably so.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, everything in this sport is a double-edged sword. You start targeting Ben Newell, you leave one half an inch high, and he's able to take it out of the air and create offense. So, all good, just stick with it.
Match point for Dallas. Jill Braverman and Ben Newell with a chance to close it here against Chicago and take home their first ever championship. Ben Newell and Jill Braverman, they get it done for their team, the Dallas Pickleball Club, earning their first championship, and they did it here in San Clemente, California. What did you enjoy the most about this run for Dallas?
Well, I just like that I called Ben Newell out, said he was my pick to click, and he played big, because normally when I do that, I'm very incorrect. So thank you, Ben Newell, for making me look good this one time. You played absolutely huge in that mixed doubles, and you deserve every bit of this.
Well, and I love what Jill Braverman said before this matchup. She said, there is no way we are going to a dream breaker. I tried to bring up what that formation might look like. She wouldn't even answer me. That's how confident she was in this team that they were going to close this out before they even got there. A huge win for the Dallas Pickleball Club.
The Dallas Pickleball Club are your 2023 MLP San Clemente champs of the Challenger League. And as we go to break, we will step aside and revisit every item with the winners after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We are just getting started here in San Clemente.
Innovation is our specialty. Winning is his. Zane Navratil has won more than 40 Pro Gold medals and back-to-back Major League Pickleball titles. One of pickleball's most iconic and decorated athletes teamed up with our world-class engineers with one goal in mind: build a paddle that can dominate. The Zane Navratil Signature Paddle, designed for champions by champions. Available now. Pro XR Pickleball. Innovation you can handle.
What are you guys doing?
Getting our duper tattoos.
Oh, cool.
Hey Cameron, how's it going?
Almost done.
Perfect. Can't wait to see your number.
Number?
Duper, because ratings shouldn't be a surprise. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
I haven't even started yet.
Oh. Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Dulce Vida. You are what you drink.
At From With Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from With Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
I'm a natural born hustler. Just like my mama said, hard times never go away. Natural born hustler. When the world wants you to sing a swill, I ain't gonna go there.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Cameron Blackwood. We are here in the Challenger level finals. Guys, we just wrapped it up. Let's go ahead and give a big round of applause for the runner-up, Chicago Slice. An incredible tournament by them. But right now, we want to bring out our winners, the Dallas Pickleball Club. We have Krista Getcheva, Daniel De La Rosa, Ben Newell, Jill Braverman, and Brendan French. Brendan French. Brendan, I'm going to go to you first. Even though you were on the court, you were such a huge part of this team, acting as captain, giving them a lot of tools for this week, and just how proud of you of your team right now.
No, this is amazing. I've never been able to coach, but I knew when I was hurt and I was out. We definitely looked right to Ben. Obviously, he's played a lot. And he showed why he's one of the best guys in the Challenger right now.
And Jill, you said if it comes down to your team playing second, you wanted to play because you were coming clutch. How much did that were you in this team like, we're going to take this no matter what?
100%. There was enough other than winning that match.
And I got to come here to Chris and talk about the mentality from Daytona all the way to now. And not only that, but the work you've put in on court and off court. Just how proud of you are of this team.
Proud. We've come a long way, and Daytona was kind of like the beginning of us, and to see us come through all the way is just such a pleasure to do with these guys, and I've had a blast, and I can't wait to go again.
Well, let's get the trophy in your hand. We have the commissioner of MLP, Brooks Wiley, to present the trophy. We still have one more award to give out. It is the MVP of the challenger level. The winner of this, we are going to go over the MVP right now, guys. So the MVP, the challenger level MVP, wins a 7-day, 6-night stay plus airfare with a guest of their choice at all luxury-inclusive Margaritaville beach resorts. They include Cap Cana, Dominican Republic, Riviera Maya, Mexico, and Riviera Cancun, Mexico, gifted by our title sponsor, Margaritaville. It will be presented by Margaritaville's marketing director, Heather Jones. This player came out of retirement, and she has been putting in the work non-stop, not only on the court, into her teammates, into herself, making sure that she was prepared, not only just to compete, but to win a title here. The MVP of the challenger level goes to Jill Braverman. Guys, let's give it up one more time for your challenge level winners, the Dallas Pickleball Club. You guys do not want to go anywhere. We still have the quarterfinals coming up of the premier level. We'll be right back.